Good afternoon, sir. Sir, you mentioned a lot about those who can actually afford it, but what about those who can't? In Fiji, there's plenty of low-income earners. What is the government doing in place to cater for the low-income earners who can't actually afford the services that are provided?
Which services?
So, services, we know that the government has implemented services such as social welfare and other matters to help them out, but what about when they're in difficult positions, such as medical and, if you look at it, education-wise as well? There are some people who just can't afford certain facilities.
You don't pay for school fees, right? All school children in Fiji, despite COVID-19, we made a policy decision, we still will continue with free education. So all poor people, all low-income families, all families who have now lost jobs, they still don't have to worry about paying school fees. So that's how we take care of that. We have in fact slightly increased our bus fare subsidy. We still continue to pay for that. You go to the hospital, you don't pay full private hospital rates. That's still free almost. Some places you may pay $1 or $2 here, but that's free also. If you're talking specifically about TELs and toppers, yes, there are some people obviously who can pay for university fees next 1 year. They probably can afford it, they can pay for it. Those who don't get TELs, who don't get toppers, will actually miss out if they got the required marks. But that's a 1 year gap. So like I said, you know, the pandemic can go away and we can go back to what we were. But we also have to readjust where we give scholarships. For example, we used to give topper scholarship for the tourism sector. Look at the tourism industry now. If you're going to apply for toppers in the tourism sector, where will you get a job? Right? So we won't give toppers for the tourism sector because there's no jobs. In the same way, we had certain number of positions available for people to get become pilots. We've stopped that completely. Because the pilots all over the world have no jobs. No planes are flying. And even when the planes start flying, there'll be very few planes flying, at least for the first couple of years. I know Fijian pilots who've been working overseas for other airlines, in particular in the Middle East. They're looking for jobs back here. They want to come back here. So you see, we have to be able to make those adjustments. There may be certain areas that we may need to increase toppers or TELs in those specifically targeted areas. So as you know, since TELs started or toppers started, we never had scholarships for people to become lawyers. You could only get TELs. Why? Because our priority was in other areas. As far as the economy is concerned, we need more doctors, more nurses, more marine scientists, foresters, town planners, engineers, surveyors. Those are the areas that we lack people, expertise. In fact, last year we started giving, I think it was about 20 places we had for students coming out of high school. If they wanted to pursue a course and they get accepted in university overseas and that course is not available in Fiji, we paid for them to go overseas. There's still a few of them who already started doing that from last year. We obviously have to continue with that because they've already started the course. So for example, there's no university in Fiji that offers architecture. So we pay for people to go overseas. This year, or this financial year, we're not allowing for that because obviously there's restraint as far as funding is concerned. So you have to be careful when you make a generic statement like that. We've given $100 million in this budget for unemployment benefits. $100 million, of which $5 million is reserved to retrain people or upskill people. Because, for example, somebody may be working in the tourism sector at the moment and they may not feel secure about the future. So, they may say, hang on, I'm actually very good. Whilst I worked at as a night duty manager at a hotel, I'm actually very good in IT. So maybe if I can upskill myself a little bit, I can get a job in the ITC sector. So that's what that money is for. But the balance of the money is for unemployment benefits. We now currently are paying people, if they're completely unemployed as a result of COVID-19, we pay $220 a fortnight. Now, You know, you can argue and say, oh, I think there's too little. But we don't know how long this will continue for. It may continue for another 2 years. Obviously, if the time it takes to recover from this, or we find a remedy or a vaccine, then we can go back to what perhaps some of those conditions were. But we have to be able to pace ourselves. So, sometimes easy to do a catch cry, we must help all these people, but what's going to happen in the future? We want you to get some benefits too. That's very important.